Peace and blessings to all my royals, my kings and queens. Anyone new, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe. I do answer pretty much all questions, um, especially to my subscribers first, and then to others. It's a lot of people that go from page to page to page asking the same questions. So I tend to really answer questions from my subscribers, and my subscribers know that I love them to life. So here I am with another video, and it's an important video to me. And you may see me checking out my notes because it's a lot of stuff that I really want to talk about. And it's dealing with, because people are like, healthy hair, or I want long hair, or I want this and I want that, or my hair is thinning out, or whatever. And there's some other things that cause problems with your hair. Stress drinking water, very important. I do that with every video. But I also want to talk about, this video is going to be called Stress and Damage. Tresses, edges, dreads, whatever, all that. And this is very serious to me. Some of the great things that you can put into your body is water, produce, especially if you have your own garden. That's always great. Sometimes we don't live in places where we could do that. I can't do that, but organic produce or so is always good. Some of the things that take away from your hair or what will come out in your hair is like pork, beef, alcohol. I always talk about, just your lifestyle and mental state. Your mental state is one way that you can lose your hair. Stress is a major way that you can lose your hair. Now, I'm going to tell you, yes, I am a licensed cosmetologist, been licensed since 1988, for those of you who don't know me. And this is probably going to be a little long video because I got to go back to my notes and make sure that I'm putting in everything that I want to put in, because I want to come back and do another video. But your lifestyle and your mental state has a lot to do with losing hair, losing edges, losing whatever, being stressed, depressed, overworked, undernourished, and having a lack of rest. Period. Point blank. Those things right there will thin your hair out or make you bald. Believe that. I know, because when I had relaxer in my hair and I was working a whole bunch of hours doing styling other people's hair and living the lifestyle I was living, because I was much younger. I was partying, I was traveling, I was doing a lot of things, and I was under a lot of pressure to make my quota for myself, because I'm, was self-employed. And I always wanted to beat what I made the week before. So I was stressed out, and I would thin like right up in here on both sides of my temples. Both sides of my temples would thin out, and I have super thick hair. So to see, even though I wore my hair down in a bob, you couldn't see it. But for me to see it, if I pulled my hair back, it was just like, it wasn't bald. It was just, just thinner. Medication that is pumped into our bodies. You need to read every piece of medication that any doctor has given you, because a lot of that stuff, it comes out in our skin, our hair, and our nails. Believe me, I can testify to that too. Fortunately, it didn't bother my hair or my skin or my nails, but just, it bothered my rest. It bothered, just how I felt, period. I felt sluggish with some of the medications that I was on before. I don't believe really in medication, but at the time I had to take certain medications and stuff, and that can definitely come out. That was one of the things that I would ask my clients: are you on any medication? Before we did any chemical services, are you on any medication? You know what I mean? Because it would definitely show. It would definitely come out in your hair. You know, if you did a chemical service or so, certain things would take, certain things wouldn't take, or your hair could break. Um, Believing that, I mean, some of this medication that we're pumped up with, it kills off our shine. It makes our skin dry, our hair brittle, our nails brittle. All is interrelated. Some areas, hair and nails may be hit harder than others. Like being pregnant. I was pregnant, and my baby literally, my gorgeous goddess now, she literally sucked the moisture out of my entire body. She had me dry lips. There was nothing that could soothe my lips, and I tried everything. I darkened all around my neck. I had patches of darkness on my chest. I had all of this around here. It was like a man's beard. But the moisture that was taken away. Usually people are like, oh, people are, you glow or whatever when you're pregnant. I glowed because I was happy, but she took away my moisture. She took away all my shine. I mean, she really did. But, she gave it back when she came. And she still gives it to me. She gave it to me this morning. I mean, every morning when I see her, she gives me a reason to glow and to shine. Yeah, but she took away a lot of my nutrients, which caused my lips to chap and, you know, stayed chapped. My face broke out. Um, but my hair continued to stay normal and to grow, fortunately. Um, it retained its moisture. I was blessed. I literally stayed dehydrated. I had to continuously, drink water. I think that's when I really, 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 really got deep, 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 deep off into water because she drained me so much of my my moisture and I was dehydrated, so I had to drink a lot of water. Um, Literally, I stayed dehydrated back in September, from September 8th to the end of September, with a gastrointestinal virus that made me very, very, very dehydrated. I was very ill. I don't like talking about stuff like that, but it's real, and if I was to talk about anything less than that, then I wouldn't be real with you all. But it came possibly from eating at a restaurant where somebody possibly did not wash their hands. Best to cook your foods at home. Restaurants, and it wasn't like a fast food restaurant. It was a restaurant, where they, someplace I had been going to for a long time. But I wound up having to go into the hospital and get a drip because I needed water. I was dehydrated. I needed to be replenished. I needed my nutrients replenished and everything. Um, Prescriptions again and meds have all types of side effects. Be real careful. A lot of them messes with you inside and out. Can actually cause death. I'm by no means telling anybody to get off of their medications. And yes, I'm checking my list to make sure that I'm going over a lot of stuff. I'm not telling you to go against your doctor. If you have health issues, you have health problems, a lot of stuff can be resolved by your eating habits, um, juicing, vegetables, definitely produce. But there are some conditions where if you have to take medications, take your medications. I am not a doctor. I'm just saying, what has worked for me. Period. That's what I'm here talking to you all about. Keeping it real, keeping it 100. Um, do your research though. Do your research on your medication. Do your research and see if it's something else you could take. Do your research on whatever ailment you may have and find out, is there something else that can be taken instead of all this medication that is producing, you know, unwanted stuff that's going on with your body, like tiredness, uh, your skin. Again, it comes out of your skin, hair, and nails. I can never stress that enough. You know, don't just take pills because somebody tells you to. Make sure you do your research on it. I was given like, be honest, I was given, I don't know, I was supposed to take 19 pills a day. Some of them were the same, they were just different strengths, but I was not about to take 19 pills a day. No way. I'm gonna be honest. If I did, I'd probably be bald headed, or my skin probably wouldn't look like it does. When I was dehydrated, my nails did break off. I mean, I drank, and I still was drinking a lot of water. But my nails did. I was so dehydrated from having that gastrointestinal virus that my nails literally got brittle. And I mean, I'm a nail tech too, so I was just like flabbergasted. I was just like, I'm a natural nail tech when I feel like doing nails, but I definitely do my own. Now, you may have seen in the background some of my stuff from my nail stations or whatever. But yeah, depression, pain, anxiety, etc. Um, can be a cause of a chemical imbalance. Chemical imbalances can change a lot of things. You're sleeping. If you're not sleeping well, you know, babies need to sleep so they can what? Grow. You need to sleep so you can. So, I mean, that grows your hair, keeps you healthy, keeps you feeling good, keeps you feeling nourished. Um, a chemical imbalance can make you definitely lose your hair. So I mean, stress, just let it go. Whatever it is, meditate, do yoga, do whatever it is that makes you feel better. Alcohol is definitely not like a good thing for depression because it does keep you. I mean, some people think that it makes you sleep, but it can break your rest or it can keep you from sleeping. Um, whatever herbal essences that you decide to try or do, as long as you do your research on it and as long as you're cool with it, I have nothing to say about different herbs. Nothing. Um, I'm repeating certain things so you can not only hear me, but so that you can feel me. Because in a lot of my videos, I say the same thing over and over because I have a lot of new, well, not a lot of new, but I have new viewers, and sometimes they don't watch all my videos. But this is I think the first video and where I actually talked about stress, depression, anxiety, and all of that. People always come to me talking about thinning hair. I really cannot sit back and tell you anything about your hair if you're not really sitting in my chair. So that's why I just try to tell you stuff that I know from experience and from other people. Because it's hard to give an analysis of someone's hair if they're not sitting in your chair. That's like somebody calling me on the phone saying, "Can you give me a Barbara Bush hairstyle?" Why did I use Barbara Bush? Can you give me a Barbara Bush hairstyle? And I don't know what they look like, what their hair look like, if they got any hair or anything. But your mental state is very, very important. Just try to keep your mind clear. These days and times, I mean, can be stressful or whatever, but you don't have to be stressed. Read a book, do something that makes you feel good, play with your children. Um, hey, I'm 46, so I can say this. Sex, exercise, All the stuff releases great endorphins. Um, just do stuff that's good for you, for your body, and be blessed. Be blessed that you're still here, and take care of yourself. And don't worry about how long your natties are, or how thick they are, or why they don't look like mine, or why they don't look like his, or why they don't look like somebody's on another channel. Just be happy that they look like yours and that they're on your head, and take care of them. And take care of that mind. Take care of that mind, body, and soul. I love you, my royals. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much for all the responses from the last video. I really appreciate that. I mean, it was the first one in a month or so, and I'm doing another one right behind it. So hopefully you all got something from this, and that's all that I do these for, is to make sure that somebody learns something. You know, if you're going to be um, into natural hair, if you're gonna, I mean, even if it's just about taking care of yourself and you're not even a Nazi, um, it's just about life and blessings and taking care of ourselves. So I leave you with, I love you. Blessings. Thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, because if you haven't already subscribed, you will not get the next video. But blessings.